Howdy, folks. I am the Reverend Uncle Dan, Western Guru and Sage, poet, shaman, mystic, artist, musician, filmmaker, and patented snake oil salesman. I am legally obliged to place an asterisk on that last item simply because what I sell is neither patented nor snake oil. I am, however, a reverend indeed, ordained online, of course, non-denominational and decidedly more spiritual than religious. A purveyor of the spirit, if you will, and here's hoping the spirit moves you. Today we're going to have a little game of the shell variety. But let's start us out with a little something. I'm writing poetry for 17th century girls who died 200 years before I was born. I'm painting pictures that a robot could paint in the blank of an eye. Sold American to billionaires in capsules circling the earth. When you frequently untethered, it's not content, it's an endeavor. It's the doing, it's the making, it's the moment when something comes to be. When will you stop? And you always answer never. It's not content, it's an endeavor. I compose symphonies and rock opera trilogies. Nobody listens to that kind of shit anymore. I design fantasies for post-middle-aged sad little boys. But when you find something, don't let the bastards take it from you. 'Cause when you're bent and severed, it's not content, it's an endeavor. It's the doing, it's the making, it's the moment when something comes to be. When will you stop? You only answer never. It's not content, it's an endeavor. I'm writing poetry for 17th century girls who died 200 years before I was born. I'm painting pictures that a robot could paint in the blank of an eye. Sold American to billionaires in capsules circling the earth. So yeah, how y'all doing out there, folks? May you all be doing well. Welcome, one and all are welcome. And welcome also are one and all. I've been recording quite a bit, and I did this neat trick with my bass, ran it through my acoustic guitar speaker, and ruined my acoustic guitar speaker. What do we got here? 4. So 4. Let's go to the big list. We're going to the big board, Ed. Ed, let's have a timpani roll, can we please? We're going to the big board. Which way are we going to go? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, it's my prerogative to choose the direction, and we went north. So we're going north. This is a song I wrote for a movie back in 2001. It was they had Aretha Franklin never loved a man, and of course they couldn't afford it. So they were like, "Can you write something like that?" Which I did, and I had this lovely singer Nia Wallace do a great recording of it. It's out there somewhere. This is how I do it, though. Well, you're a liar, and you're a cheater. You're no good, mistreater, and I cry every time I think what you do to me. I miss you, miss you when you're gone. When you're home, home, you treat me wrong. And it just can't be right when I stay up and wait all night. I ain't got no pride, I ain't got no shame. There's just no reason why I love you the way that I do, the way that I do. Oh yes, the way that I do. You lock me up so tight. When you come home, it's just to pick a fight. And I know I should go find some little girl to take me home. You're jealous and you're mean. Ain't got nothing, no, ain't got nothing in between. And you don't really care for me, but my heart won't set me free. I ain't got no pride, I ain't got no shame. There's just no reason why I love you the way that I do, 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 oh, the way that I do, the way that I do. I've never done it like that before. What do we got here? Two. What we found, ladies and gentlemen, we're doing a little card picking and a little bit of shell gaming. Oh my goodness. Well, just out of a desire for transparency, I am playing the shell game right now. We went 2 up. I just can't do that song. So I'm picking the shell on the left. A little ditty written in February, the 2nd of February, 1992. A little ditty called The Sun, written by yours truly. The one from the lust, she don't know anything about it. She takes the sand from the honey, she takes the bread from the crust. He can't live without it. Take these hands from my head, take this thorn from my heart, take the sand from my eyes and let me see once again. Burn in the sun. He gives a word to emotion. She takes a thorn from his heart. He has no cause to doubt it. She throws a thorn in the ocean. Along with the thorn goes his heart. He's not him without it. sun. Let me burn in the sun. Let me burn in the sun. Take these hands from my head, take this thorn from my heart, take the sand from my eyes, and let me see once again. Let me burn in the sun. Let me burn in the sun. Let me burn in the sun. I am currently residing in Seattle, Washington, known quite famously for its rain-shrouded days and evenings. And currently we've had a stretch of it here, but the sun has been out the last 2 days, just gloriously shining. And I am, of course, here in this dank basement with you. 5. We're still going up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, gosh, this is quite a choice. This is quite a choice. It landed on a song that I have not played in 100 million years. I wrote. So if I screw it up, you wouldn't know anyway. Next to it is a song that is going to be on the album I'm currently working on. I was working on the drums for it yesterday. It's got a fun little bass line. I don't know. I feel like it's in transition, and I shouldn't play it right now, which leaves Paul Williams. Gotta say, one of the best songwriters of the '70s, in particular, Paul Williams. So many songs about rainbows, what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions, and rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished on the morning star? Somebody thought of that and someone believed him. Look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? And what do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us under its spell, we know that it's probably magic. Have you been half asleep, and have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that called the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same. I have heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Well, you know, it's a heck of a way to discover your guitar's out of tune. But, you know, we all do what we can. That's... Anyways, why don't we pick a card? 3. We just did a split there. It's okay. It's okay to do a split. It counts. 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, hey ha hoo ha he ha hoo. He ha hoo ha he ha hoo. Alright. Well, we've just landed on it twice, so well, not on it, but close enough. I feel compelled. Spring has sprung at the time of this recording. It's absolutely beautiful outside. The whispers of spring and the promise of summer. When winter's sting lingers through spring, and you long to unencumber, don't take the bait, you just gotta wait for the promise of summer. When winter's night hides all the light, and your day's just a changing number for to receive, you got to believe in the promise of summer. And in the fall you hear the call, so spread the word that winter's coming. Every year you must prepare. Stop that summer tune you're humming. The dirges to sing, pray the stores last till spring, and the promise of summer. When winter's cold makes you feel old, and you're only getting number, don't hesitate, luxuriate in the promise of summer. After the spring comes summer's fling, and the nights are all receding. Each longer days, what's all this haze? Stem that inner need you're needing. Be glad what you got, 'cause it's gonna get hot with the promise of summer. Icy shell is melting down to your knees, so gratefully to the promise of summer, to the promise of summer, the promise of summer. Yeah, I'm having fun recording that stuff, let me tell you. Having a lot of fun. Depending on when you watch this, it may be available already. Cottonwood Snake Oil is the name of the record. 10. The old Jack. The old Jackie Jack. The old Jackster. The old 10-pound Jackie, as they called him. The old 10-pound Jackie. You know, back in the olden times, I used to call it 10 steps on the guitar list Jack. That's what they called him. It was a thing. Down the glen one Easter morn to a city fair rode I. Their armed lines of marching men in squadrons pass me by. No pipe did hum, no battle drum, it sounded its loud tattoo. The Angelus bells or the Liffey swells ring out in the foggy dew. Right proudly high in Dublin town hung the flag of war. 'Twas better to die neath an Irish sky than at Silver Citadel bar. From the plains of Royal Meath strong men came hurrying through, while Britannia's Huns with their long-range guns sailed in through the foggy dew. Oh, the bravest fell and requiem bound rang mournfully clear. For those who died that Easter tide in the springing of the year, while the world did gaze with people amazed at those fearless men, but fear bore the fight that freedom's light might shine through the foggy dew. And back through the glen I rode again, though my heart with grief was sore. For I parted then with valiant men whom I never shall see more. But to and fro in my dreams I go, and I kneel and I pray for you. For slavery fled o'er the glorious dead when ye fell in the foggy dew. Three, huh? Three. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I mean, I should be going up still. All right, I'm gonna do 3, but I'm gonna shell game it. I'm gonna pick the one on the left. It's dangerous. I writted this song in January 28, 1992, and I could sing a lot higher then. Or at least I thought I could. I don't want to change the key on the song, just because it's such a thing. That's where we are. It's such a thing. It's a particular guitar thing. Well, I'm gonna quit talking. This is for all you Shakespeare fans out there. Shakespeare fans? The greatest writer in The English? No? Nobody? Sorry if I nodded out in the middle of that one. I suddenly had this realization that when I played Hamlet to great effect in my college years, the gentleman who played Laertes, to whom Hamlet says those words, "Lay off your hands, there is within me something dangerous which your wiseness should let you fear," or something like that. The fellow who played Laertes lives upstairs and rents me this space. Ain't that something? We had a sword fight like you wouldn't believe, let me tell you. The only sword fight in a college production of Hamlet that ever drew a single drop of blood from an audience member. Yes, an old gentleman, probably younger than I am now, seated in the audience, and when Sean swung his sword at me, after I'd clenched with him and told him to calm down, he swung his sword, it broke in half when it hit mine, spun into the audience, caught the guy in the ear, single drop of blood, and we continued doing the play like that was okay. Yeah. It's a good show. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, let me tell you. You know what? I'm gonna left, right, or center it, and I'm gonna left nut it. You know, when the shell game, it's they're nuts of shells is how it started. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the left nut. I'm gonna left nut all over this one. Old people are funny. So every day when I walk to work, I walk along a canal, and it makes me think of this song every time. My friend Patrick Costello and I have a disagreement about whether or not the what is it, the E minor belongs in there. It does. hungry feeling. And I'm stealing and the mice were squealing in my prison cell till again the morning. Lord and morning I'll get up, you bowsy, and clean up yourself. And the old triangle, when jingle, jingle along the vine of the Royal Canal. When the day was dying and the wind was sighing as I lay there crying in my prison cell on a fine spring evening. The late and the seagulls were squealing high above the wall, and the old triangle, when jingle, jingle along the vines of the Royal Canal. Old Screw was peeping, and I lay sleeping as I lay there weeping. My girl was sound in the female prison. There are 75 women, and I wish to God it was with them I did well. And the old triangle, when jingle, jingle along the vines of the Royal Canal, all along the vines of the Royal Canal, all along the vines of the Royal Canal. Yeah, so canals. Now maybe we can all appreciate canals a little more, I think. I feel good about it. I feel good about it. I think we've done some good here today, folks. I really do. And I want to thank you all for the goodness in your hearts. The Big King 10. The Big King 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and a 10. Well, we're not doing that song. Not by a long shot. Not by a chance of your chinny chin chin. I'll tell you what, though. Oh, could I? No, I couldn't pull that off. Well, left, right, or center are all bad choices. Pardon me, but I guess I'll go left. I have not played this particular number in a considerable number of years. But, you know, my hat's appropriate, so... Cowboy who lives on the range. His horse and his cattle are his only Let's try that again. Shall we start again? Or maybe we should not do it at all. There's a young cowboy who lives on the range. His horse and his cattle are his only companion. He works in the saddle and he sleeps in the canyon, waiting for summer, his passions to change. By his fire, thinking about women and glasses of beer. Clothes in his eyes as the doggies retire. He sings out a song which is soft but it's clear, as if maybe someone could hear. A good night, the moonlight lady, yeah. Rock goodbye, sweet baby. Stockbridge to Boston. Though the Berkshires seem dream like on account of that frosting. With 10 miles behind you now, 10,000 more to go. There's a song that they sing when they take to the highway, a song that they sing when they take to the sea. There's a song that they sing maybe you can't believe it if it helps you to sleep. Singing works just fine for me. Say goodnight, you moonlight lady. Rock goodbye, sweet baby Jane. Deep greens and blues are colors I choose. Won't you let me go down in my dreams? Oh goodness, I feel like I haven't sung that since I have two nephews who were quite infatuated with cowboys in their youth. You see, I am not only a reverend indeed, but I am also avuncular in nature to the 19th degree, meaning there are 19 individuals on this planet who can legally and rightfully call me uncle, and many more, of course, who do it just for fun. However, two of them I remember singing that particular ditty to, Kobe and Ryan, when they were quite young men. Yeah, Irish Catholic family, so I'm not the only Uncle Dan they have. There's, a 10. Uncle Dan, the McCarthy twin, the poor man who can still only be identified in relation to his sister. And then we have Uncle Dan Judge the lawyer, which is confusing, particularly when you realize his sister-in-law is Judge Mitzi Judge. It's true, you can look it up. And then, of course, there's the Reverend Uncle Dan, which I must admit I haven't convinced them all to call me Reverend yet. Most continue with their previous nomenclature, the crazy one. I don't think it's specific enough, because I tell you, you ask Uncle Dan Judge the lawyer about the parrot sketch from Monty Python, and you will see crazy unfold before you in all its majesty and glory. Speaking of crazy, that was a 10 spot, and this is what it did to us. You can tell by the way I use my walk, I'm a woman's man. No time to talk, the music loud, the women won't been kicked around since I was born. It's alright, that's okay. You can look the other way. We can try to understand the New York Times effect on men. Well, whether you're a lover or whether you're a brother, you're staying alive. Staying alive. You feel the city breaking and everybody's taking. You're staying alive. Staying alive. Staying alive. Oh, when you walk. If I can't get either, well, I really try. Got wings of heaven upon my shoes. I'm a dancing man, and I just can't lose. It's alright, that's okay. I'd love to see another day. We can try to understand the New York Times effect on men. Well, whether you're a lover or whether you're a mother, you're staying alive. Staying alive. Feel the city breaking and everybody shaking. You're staying alive. I am not a fan of disco nor the Bee Gees, but there you have it. I mean, I came up in a time when they were unavoidable. They were simply unavoidable. They were doing Beatles movies. There was an insane thing going on. Everybody was singing in falsetto. Nobody knows why. It was a strange time. I mean, okay, well, I could do this song that I haven't done in 10 years, or I could do this one that I do all the time, but I'm not very good at. It's a difficult choice, but I'm going to take the left nut. The Reverend's Nut Choice. That's what we're talking about. This is by a fella, he's a really great songwriter. I hope he gets some credit eventually. Old Georgie Gershwin. There's a saying who says that love is blind. Still we're often told, seeking ye shall find. So I'm going to seek a certain gal I've had in mind. Looking everywhere, haven't found her yet. She's the big affair I cannot forget. Only gal I ever think of with regret. I'd like to add my initials to her monogram. Tell me, where is the shepherd for this lost lamb? There's a somebody I'm longing to see. I hope that she turns out to be someone who watch over me. I'm a little lamb who's lost in the wood. I know I could always be good to one who watch not be the man some girls think of as handsome. To her heart I carry the key. Won't you tell her please to put on some speed, follow my lead. Oh, how I need someone to watch over me. Someone to watch over me. Two, my goodness. I don't know how you pick so quickly. Two takes me to a song. You know, I'm going to do it. It's insane. I shouldn't. I changed the key. I don't know how it goes. Even though I wrote it, it doesn't have a date on it. My goodness. It has to have been written in 2006 because though it is written for an opera, it started with my baby Sam, who's now 18 years old. He was sleeping and just had a little furrow at his brow. And I was thinking, what are you dreaming? What are you thinking? What causes the furrow in your brow? You ever get that feeling like it's not too late to stop and pick a different song? It's not too late. What worries you now? Enjoy a deep and abiding sleep of the just. Enjoy a deep and abiding sleep of the just. Lay down your head, close your tired eyes. Turn off your mind till the sun makes its rise. Enjoy a deep and abiding sleep of the just. Enjoy a deep and abiding sleep of the just. No such thing as pain, no such thing as suffering. There's nothing in the whole wide world. Ain't nothing gonna harm you. Ain't nothing gonna harm you. Ain't nothing gonna harm you now. Hey there, my sweet, come lay yourself down. Rest here with me till the world turns around. Enjoy a deep and abiding sleep of the just. Enjoy a deep and abiding sleep of the just. Enjoy a deep and abiding sleep of the just. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Reverend Uncle Dan, Western Guru and Sage, poet, shaman, mystic, artist, musician, filmmaker, and no, I had nothing to do with the winning of the Kentucky Derby, although I must say it is suspicious. I'm just going to say it's suspicious. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not making any claims. Poet, shaman, mystic, Dan. I'm merely pointing out coincidence. And we all know there's no such thing as coincidence. So my ex once told me that they would write on her tombstone, "She endured well." And we began a relationship when it was probably not prudent as we worked together. And then at a certain point she started avoiding me, and I think it was because she was pregnant. She endures well. That's what she said that they would write about her after she's gone. Like a carousel, that's how it goes. No one knows what is next coming round. I know all the arguments against it, but they're not getting through. I've thrown away all my defenses just like I always do, and I think I've blown my cover once again. Cold as concrete, bright as sunlight on a morning you hoped wouldn't come. Next when you meet, it's business as usual. You're both gonna have to play dumb. I know all the arguments against it, but they're not getting through. I've thrown away all my defenses just like I always do, and I think I've blown my cover once again. Will she ever be the same again? Soft and yielding on a Saturday night. Will she ever be the same again? Now she's never. Will I ever be alright? She endures well. Don't wanna be another something she's got to endure. And it's a hard sell, not what you choose, but you lose when you try to ignore. I know all the arguments against it, but they're not getting through. I've thrown away all my defenses just like I always do, and I think I've blown my cover once again. Will she ever be the same again? Soft and yielding on a Saturday night. Will she ever be the same again? If she's never, will I ever be alright? I know all the arguments against it, but they're not getting through. I've thrown away all my defenses just like I always do, and I think I've blown my cover once again. I think I've blown my cover once again. I think I've blown my cover once again. Yeah. I think we might want to think about wrapping it up. We're about to hit the 1 hour mark. So maybe I ought to think if there's a song I would like to choose. Perhaps there is not. I think it might be better to just let fate decide how you folks feel about it. Let these guys over here choose. They never get to choose. You're always choosing. This one? What is with you guys and the kings and the jacks and the queens and the queens and the jacks and the tens and the tens and the tens and the queens and the tens? That was She Endures Well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pick a song I've been working on for this record. Actually, I'm going to do two. I'm going to finish off with two songs. The recordings are really surprising me because the songs develop as you put different instruments on it and you start to hear it in a different way. So it's interesting. My relationships to the songs change. This was written in January 25th of 2023. Standing on a mountaintop, thinking of throwing myself off. I make plans just to sabotage, so I make plans no more. I'm packed away in your garage, but that's not me no more. Will you be safe in your disguise? Heaven willing and the creek don't rise. Don't let them see what you despise. They cannot see behind your eyes. Heaven willing and the creek don't rise. Heaven willing and the creek don't rise. In the desert life persists. That's what I learned there. Pondering why we exist, I laid myself bare. Will you be safe in your disguise? Heaven willing and the creek don't rise. Don't let them see what you despise. They cannot see behind your eyes. Heaven willing and the creek don't rise. Heaven willing and the creek don't rise. Sally forth on Crispin's Day, but leave the breach behind. No brother sail with me away, no corset heading blind. Will you be safe in your disguise? Heaven willing and the creek don't rise. Don't let them see what you despise. They cannot see behind. That's gross. I ain't gonna cut it every day. Once again, folks, I am the Reverend Uncle Dan. Go check out thereverenduncledan.com for links to all your Reverend Uncle Dan needs. Wherever you stream, wherever you download, wherever you steal your music, ask for the Reverend Uncle Dan by name. I'm working on a record called Cottonwood Snake Oil. Who knows, maybe when you're watching this, it's already out. But it's early days yet. Although I've been sitting on these songs for a year, trying to get to know them. Still, they surprise me. You put a bass line on it, it's a different song. Be or be gone, it's time to be or be gone, 'cause we're a thing or we're not. If we're not, then we're nothing at all. Be or be gone, be or be gone, I've got to be or be gone. This all just must have a point, and if not, then there's no point at all. Be or be gone. I can't tell whose side you're on. Are you on my side? I never knew whose side you were on, 'cause I didn't know we were taking sides. There never were answers at all. Be or be gone. I can't tell whose side you're on. Are you on my side? I never knew whose side you were on, 'cause I didn't know we were taking sides. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Reverend Uncle Dan. Wherever you stream, wherever you download, ask for the Reverend Uncle Dan by name.